What's up, guys? Sekapoko here, bringing you another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. For this video, over all the new stuff coming out to the JP version. All the If You Want the Unit videos, it's in the previous video, so go check that out there. And this is going to go over the new Sugofest, as well as the Treasure Mode Sugofest a little bit, and talk about what's going to be changing for Sugofest going forward, as well as what's happening on the New Year's Sugofest. So guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright guys, so in the first bit of news here, we're going to be having a new Rayleigh Shop lineup, and the reason I'm going over this, I usually don't go over the Rayleigh Shop lineup, but this time around, it's going to be a little bit different. We're getting a new addition to the Rayleigh Shop, and it's going to be a red poster ticket, which is cool. Honestly, that's not too bad. I don't know if I'm going to end up buying the red ticket, but that's kind of cool. So I dig the idea. 50,000 Rayleigh points for a red ticket is okay. That's an acceptable amount. Obviously, we would want it to be less, but like to make the game fair. Obviously, if we want to make the game fair, we can't be 5,000. It can't be like 10,000. 25,000 might have been like a good break-even point for us. Like every 5 legends, you get another legend. That'd be cool. But every 10. They give you another legend. I guess that, I can't really feel good or bad about that, seeing how it takes a long time nowadays to feed Rayleigh points to get another legend. But now, I guess you don't have to worry about a limit break as much. So, what was really important no matter what is the friendship point things, if you're going to be using those characters as passives, and that would be really nice to get. But, like, feeding the dupes of those characters would be really good. I just don't know what I would want to do, you know? Obviously, you can still buy candies and stuff like that if you do buy stuff in the Rayleigh Shop and the Almighty manuals every month, but this is an interesting addition. All right, next month around, we got a new GARP challenge that's going to be coming out, and we're going to be fighting Kobe, looks like Kung Fu Luffy, and some other units. I don't really know what's up with this, but I do know that the final boss is ending up to be the Akainu. All we know is this fight exists. We don't know about the rewards that we're getting or anything like that. We'll have to figure out that as it comes. The Japanese version, we got the new meat and donut. Apparently, they're replacements for the Crokenbush, which is just an XP item. So I'm assuming these are just other kinds of XP items that they're introducing in the game for Katakuri and Luffy. Obviously, Luffy likes the meat, and then Katakuri likes the donuts. So that gives you like 2 different kinds of items that you can have for different kind of characters, which is cool, I guess. On the Japanese version, we got the Treasure Mode Kaido bosses listed out now. We're gonna have, I don't know what that blue dude's name is. We got X-Drake, Doflamingo, Caesar, and then Jack is the final boss. And I'm happy because Kaido is going to be an invasion. Thank God, Return of the Treasure Bird. Yay for more potions. So if you didn't know, the last Treasure Mode did not have the Treasure Bird, and this one is going to have the Treasure Bird, so that's great. For the Sugofest, this is actually a very, very notable change here. So from this Sugofest, the base legend rate will be increased permanently from this point on. So we're actually going to get a permanent legend rate increase on the JP version forever. So that's kind of cool. But again, this happens after the New Year's Sugo. So we're going to have to actually see if this Treasure Mode Sugo is worth pulling on and see what the difference is. Right now, the legend rate is 3.5%. What I would assume they would increase the rate to about 4%, just so they keep continuity. If they go to 5%, that would actually be really interesting to see. I don't know if they'll actually go that high, but I think they'll just do a marginal increase, and that would actually help them out business-wise. Because if they did a 2.5 times Sugo, that would be a 10% legend rate, which would make a ton of sense to me. So that's what I would think they would do, 4%. I don't know what they're gonna do, but that's my guess. The last Molter is guaranteed a gold or better, no matter what. Part 1 through 3 are going to be 2 days each, from the 7th to the 9th, the 9th through 11th, and the 11th through the 13th. The first multi is, of course, a 30-gem multi. The second multi is going to be a guaranteed quick kid on the last poster. Third multi, guaranteed red on the last poster. Fourth multi is going to be guaranteed, has an increased chance to pull Sai Hawkins or Quick Apu, and they're boosted even more. Usually that's not really like a huge boost, but maybe like 5 or 10% to pull those characters, so it might be good, might be bad, we'll see. The 6th multi is going to be a guaranteed legend from a select pool of legends, so that's kind of cool. 7th multi, of course, has that increased chance for Hawkins and Apu. 9th multi is guaranteed rate up legend. Oh, well, this is getting kind of interesting. And then 10th is going to be another Sai or Apu. 12th is going to be another rate up legend. And the 13th is a guaranteed Hawkins or Apu with max sockets. So I do like that they've kind of added this guaranteed mercy rule in. I don't do 13 multis on treasure modes anymore because I don't really see the point. But at least people are getting that guaranteed Cy Hawkins or Rapu. That part is nice. Now, the reason I want to go over this is because, of course, it's gonna, since they're increasing the legend rate permanently, it's not going to affect the New Year's Sugofest, and we're going to go to the New Year's Sugofest next. Obviously, there's some trickery here, so I don't know what's going on. I do know that this is going to be an interesting change. I definitely like the permanent legend rate increase. That's going to be lit. We're going to have to see more stuff as time goes on. So on the JP website, we're going to be having kind of a lottery type event, and of course, the site is live for the Luffy Ace event, going over all the rewards we're going to get. This is probably going to involve some legend posters, and it's going to be very similar to the version 2 Akainu versus version 2 Aokiji event. I'm not really thinking there's going to be any major differences here, and it looks like there's going to be raffle awards every single day, and we're going to check those out. So. Luck of the Draw event, which is going to be 2 separate events. You're going to see you will need to clear the special island in step 1 to enter the draw. You'll need to get 9 islands clear, and the lottery will depend on order you complete these in. You can clear up to 5 islands in the order you clear. It will become the lottery number. The example in step 3 shows the winning lottery order to be Luffy, Chopper, Sanji, Nami, Robin, top right, and then you will be eligible for first prize. If you get all 5 in the correct order, second prize for the first 4, and so on. To simplify, think of this as your everyday lottery with numbers 1 through 9. 5 times, and then numbers don't repeat. So it's a lottery. Don't complete the Luffy, Chopper, Sanji, Nami, Robin events every. Don't clear them in the same order every day. Change the order that you do them so you can do this. You're not going to get multiple prizes. If you get the first 4 units correctly consecutively, then you'll only be eligible for the second place prize and not receive the 3rd through 5th place prize. The first prize is 1,000 gems and the 100 forbidden tomes, as well as 5 Zakatomes. But you have to guess all 5 units correct and in the correct order, which doesn't seem overly difficult. But I mean, like if you were like sharing information, you could probably get it right, or if you like just made multiple accounts. I think it might be different for every single person though. Second prize is going to be 4 units correct in the order, and you're going to get 100 gems, 100 forbidden tomes, 10 almighty menus, and 3 anniversaries. And then the third prize is going to be 50 gems, 50 forbidden tomes, 5 gold almighty menus, and a third almighty menus. Fourth prize is going to be 20 gems, 20 forbidden tomes, 30 gold almighty menus, and an anniversary meat. And the fifth prize is the first units correct is going to be 5 gems. Obviously, if you get the first one wrong every single day, you'll get nothing. So it's 1 in 5, then 1 in 4, then 1 in 3, then 1 in 2, then 1 in 1. What's the chances of that? There's a 0.8% chance that you get them all right and in the correct order. So I mean, some people are going to get right? A lot of results we stream live at 3 locations at January 18th. They also review the latest news and Q&A regarding beating content. Okay. Main thing is don't clear in the. Make sure you pick the right order, and we won't know till a bit later. So yay. You know what you could do is you could just do all 119, 20, or 120 permutations, and then one of those accounts would have 1,000 gems. I mean, unless every single one, since we're streaming the lottery results, right? You could just make a bunch of accounts that just would do all of them. If you did all 120 permutations, at least one of them would get the 1,000 gems, but that would be kind of annoying to do. And for the last bit of news going into this, we know that Coliseum Smoothie is going to be available in late January, so that is, if you guys are looking forward to that, we're going to have Coliseum Smoothie. So if you did socket your smoothie already, oh well. I personally have not yet, so that's good for me. So yeah, it's good. I like it. Alright guys, so we're going to go over the 2 different Sugofests, and both of them are going to be a little bit tricky to understand, and we're going to be over the Treasure Mode Sugofest and the new Sugofest coming out to the JP version. And we actually have some nice infographics too, so I'll be going over those. The Sugofest dates are going to start on December 30th, going through through January 7th. It's going to be a 2.5 times legend rate, which is the second highest legend rate ever. So that is actually pretty lit. The highest legend rate ever, I think, was on 3rd year anniversary with a 3 times legend rate, and Bandai kind of knows they fucked up there. So I think they're going 2.5 is pretty fucking good. And seeing how we got kind of screwed over a Big Mom Sugofest, and we've had a lot of big Sugofests in between, we all knew to wait for New Year's, and it is definitely living up to the hype so far. So it's going to be a 3-part Sugo. From January 5th to January 7th, all 3 parts will be available at the same time. So guys, if you missed out on a part and you had to pull later on, from January 5th to January 7th, all 3 parts are going to be available. So that's actually very, very nice. So I haven't ever seen that for a Sugofest before, where they put all 3 parts on the same Sugo line. So that's really great. I think that the new way that they've done the Sugos allows them to do that. So that's a really cool thing. I really like that. Good job, Bandai. There is a low chance that you pull 6+ Gear 4 Luffy Snake Pant. I don't really care, because I'm just gonna, like, it doesn't matter to me. But okay, I mean, if a lot of us have 6+ V2 Gear 4 Luffy, already, I mean, we're already got V2 Gear 4 Luffy. You might as well get that, right? You know. All right, so the counter resets whenever a new part starts. Okay, so let's go over each part, and then we're gonna go over boosted units in each part, and I got an infographic for that to make your lives a little bit easier. So part 1 is gonna be from the 30th all the way through January 1st. The 3rd multi, the last poster is red. The 6th multi, last poster is rate up legend for part 1. The 9th multi is going to be a guaranteed 6+ Luffy with max, special, and sockets. So guys, pretty fucking obvious here. If you're missing V2 Gear 4, you can de-evolve if you don't want Snake Man and get V2 Gear 4. Or if you can get Snake Man, whatever you want, doesn't matter. But obviously, if you guys are looking for that unit, pull on that day. It's pretty fucking obvious. I don't have to go further than that. Obviously, if you want that unit, you pull that day. Nothing else to it. You go 9 deep and you're done. However, if you don't have enough multis for 9 deep, keep watching. We have more stuff for you. Also, if you guys are pulling for separate parts, keep watching too. So, the 12th multi is going to be a last poster, is going to be a rate up legend for part 1. The 15th multi is going to be a last poster from my select pool of legends. And we're going to go over that as well. So that's kind of interesting. So part 2 and part 3 are a little bit different than part 1, where they're getting rid of the guaranteed 6+ Luffy. So you cannot get guaranteed 6+ Luffy on part 2 or part 3, but you do get other rewards, which are nice. Okay, so the 3rd multi, last poster is red. The 6th multi is going to be a last poster, is a rate up legend from part 2. The 9th multi is going to be a last poster red, is a red from a select pool with max level, special level, and sockets. Max level, special, and sockets. So that's pretty lit. I like that a lot. Okay, they haven't done that for JP yet, where you get like max level, max sockets and everything. I don't remember ever seeing that. It probably has existed in the past. It's just been a long time since I've seen it, so that's pretty cool. So I like that. That's nice. And the 12th is going to be a last multi-year rate up legend part 2. Okay, so they're doing the same thing for part 3, except the parts on part 3 is going to be from, instead of being January 1st to January 3rd, it's going to be from January 3rd to January 5th. And let's go over the rate boosted units and how they're going to work. Okay, let's go over the detailed legend review of each specific day for the New Year's Sugofest, and there are a lot of boosted legends every single day, so just know that if you're pulling on specific days, unless you're doing 9 multis on any particular part, I believe, because that would be the guaranteed select pool legends, don't pull for the legends. The rates are probably going to be pretty similar between rate up legends and non-rate up legends, so it's not going to make a huge difference there. I would pull for the gold days, not the legend days again. The big thing about One Piece Treasure Cruise as a whole is you're far more likely to pull all the golds that you want versus pulling a legend that you really want and one specific legend. Obviously, I'm going to be going for one specific legend too, but the thing is I have most of these golds, and if you don't have most of these golds, then it's a really good time to get them. The reason I say that is because when looking at this entire pool of golds, there is a large amount of these golds that are from 2018, if not all of them are from 2018. We have the Luffy Ace batch, we have the Tesoro batch, the version 1 Katakuri batch, the Shiki batch, the version 2 Jinbei batch in here, the Whitebeard Marco batch, the V2 Sanji batch, and these are all the rate up golds. So guys, if you're pulling for a specific date, there are every gold that I can see from 2018, I believe, is here. That's a good gold and a relevant gold still, so definitely consider pulling on the days you have rate up golds and not rate up legends. However, on these rate up legends Sugofest, I know you're going to be doing that. You're going to be pulling for the legends. It's okay. Not a big deal. But consider it, if you're not going 9 deep on any particular day and you want to spread out your multis, that would be a much more effective use of your multis. Alright guys, so for the part 1 of the banner, we're going to see version 2 category, which is rated up at every single day. Then we got Beige Capone, Big Mom, Shiki, version 2 Sanji, version 2 Akainu, version 2 Shanks, Robin, V2 Dofi, TS Law, Magellan, Inarashi, Usopp, Timeskip Zoro, well, Legend Zoro, I guess. Then we got Cavendish, Sabo, and Ace. So, of course, we have 10 of those that are still relevant to this day. Or no, 12 of those are still relevant to this day. And the other 5 that are not. So, it's going to be pretty similar between the banners. So, we're just going to have to see how that goes. Looking at this banner, though, what I would say is, for this particular day, I'm going to personally be skipping it, but a lot of you might be pulling on the first day because A, you can't wait, B, you're not really sure when to pull. I am personally passing on the day, even though we got like a really good breakdown on that day. I think they're on the part 1 has a guaranteed legend from a specific pool with max special at the 15th multi part, and then of course the 9th multi is going to give you a guaranteed gear 4. So a lot of you may be pulling for that guaranteed version 2 gear 4. Totally fine. Not going to think anything against you on that. But version 2 gear 4 is super unlikely to pull during the Sugofest otherwise, apparently. So if you did want to pull version 2 gear 4 at all, make sure you're pulling on day 1 to get that guaranteed gear 4 on that. Otherwise, personally, I don't really want anything from this legend pool except for version 2 Shanks and Beige, of course, in the category. But I really don't care too much about this day. What really kind of hurts me, though, because I'm not going to be pulling on day 1, is that I do want Stussy, but I don't have her yet. And it's the only day she's rated up, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. Part 2 of the Sugofest here, we're going to have Carrot, Garp, Brook, version 1 category, Nami, Luffy Ace, Frankie, version 2 Lucci, version 2 Boa, Enel, 6+ Sanji, Timeskip Luffy, Borsalino, Barto, Croc, and Intok. Overall, a much different pool of legends on this day, and there's a lot less top tier legends, but a lot more top tier subs, which is a really interesting day in my opinion. And what's very interesting to me is that I'm actually missing 4 of those legends, and I'm missing Carrot, which is my most wanted legend right now. Missing Garp, which would be a really wanted sub for me, and of course Brook, which is another wanted sub for me. So those are the I'm really considering pulling on day 2 just because of that. Then on part 3 of the Sugofest here, we're going to have Zephyr, version 2 Jinbei, Warko, Tesoro, version 2 Akainu, version 2 Rayleigh, version 2 Fujitora, Judge, Lucy, Nekomamushi, Shirahoshi, Hody, Blackbeard, Corazon, Marco, and of course Sengoku. Probably don't want to pull that day because I really just don't want to see Marco, Sengoku, and Corazon. It's just, I don't want to see those units, right? I don't really care about anything else. I just don't want to see those units. And then as far as the golds go, I'm only missing 1 dupe of Opera, and everything else I already have, of course. So I don't really have any incentive to pull that day. I'm missing Zephyr and version 2 Jinbei on that day, and I don't really think that's a good day for me personally. But overall, I mean, if you're missing Warko, I mean, that's another reason to pull that day. But most of you will probably be pulling on part 1, if not part 2. Alright, so for those of you who don't know, the Game With has actually got a Sugo simulator up for each day of the Sugofest. So if we go to the Game With page, we'll be able to just click on this button here, and it does a Sugo pull simulation, and it gives you an idea of what to expect. And you can see if you got any legends or not in the Sugo pull simulator, and it has one for each day. So it's kind of nice. Of course, I'll have the link for this in the description below. So there is going to be select pool legend pulls for banner 1, banner 2, etc. And we got to go over that. So the limited pool for multi 15 are these units here. So if you're going 15 multis deep on part 1, there is going to, the last poster is going to be a guaranteed Katakuri, Beige, Big Mom, Shiki, Sanji, Akainu, Robin, or version 2 Dofi. Now on part 2 and 3, it's much different. You actually on 9 multis, you're going to get this small pool. So that's interesting. On part 2 of the banner, we're going to be Carrot, B2 Katakuri, Carrot, Brook, Garp, Katakuri, Nami, Luffy Ace, and Frankie. So this is really attractive to me personally, and this is the reason I'm pulling on part 2, is because on that day, if I do 9 multis, I have a 50% chance for a new legend. That's my highest chance ever. So I'm down. Yeah, that's happening. I'm gonna be pulling on part 2 just for that reason. Part 3 was going to be for 9 multis. It's going to be Katakuri, Zephyr, Jinbei, Marco, Tesoro, Aokiji, Rayleigh, and Lucy. Arguably an okay day. If you're missing like any of those units, it's good. So that's great. Personally, I would love Carrot. And this is my best chance ever to get Carrot. So I'm hoping I get her. We go V2 Katakuri, that'd be lit. We're going to really just see how it goes. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for the news here. Let me know what you guys think and what day you're going to be pulling on the Sugofest. I want to know if you guys want to know more about what the units that are coming out, what V2 Katakuri does, 6+ Gear 4 does, all that stuff. Go ahead and click the news video over there. And you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.